To start with, to provide context and an administrative perspective, we have both the Dean of the College of Ag and Natural Resources and the Director of MSU Extension. And we're going to start with the Dean of the college. So very brief introduction. Dean Hendrick, Ron Hendrick, is Dean of MSU's College of Ag and Natural Resources. He is a Spartan alumnus, and he served as interim vice president for agriculture administration and was interim dean for the College of Food, Agriculture, and Environmental Science at the Ohio State University. So, Ron, take it away.
Thanks, Rich, and thanks for the opportunity to be with you all here today. Obviously, the fact that all you're here is evidence that, doing food, being about food is not new to us. Food is a great connector within this college among programs. It's a great connector between this college and other colleges, the university and us and communities, and literally is the predominant connector that the university has in our global programs, food more than any other topic. So what is unique, I think, is coming together, and certainly in a format like this, not the first time all of you have worked together, but certainly the first time for some of you, and the first time we'll have been able to hear about a lot of the breadth of work that's done here. So hopefully, at the end of the day, we've built some new connections. This served as a catalyst for doing new and great and innovative things. We've made some connections. We've leveraged the resources. Center for Regional Food Systems, credit to them and to Rich for launching this. A great asset for us that we can leverage, but not the only one. And all the very good things we do here, other places are doing good things around food as well. And so my perspective on how we should lead is not to try and be incrementally better than the next institution, but to find that space that either no one's in, and particularly space that only we can occupy. And I think the breadth of the work being done here, the diversity of the people, the strength of those connections, campus, local, regional, state, national, international, should allow us to even occupy more of those unoccupied spaces in spaces where no one else can touch us. So thanks to all of you again for being here. I'm very proud to have all of you either part of the college or connected or at least interested with us in some way. So thanks again.
Thank you. Okay, again, thank you very much, Ron. And again, thanks to the college for co-sponsoring this event. So I would like to next introduce Jeff Dwyer. Jeff was named director of MSU's Michigan State University Extension at the beginning of April, but he had already been the interim director for several months prior to that. Again, I'm going to keep the bio short here, but prior to being director of MSU Extension, Jeff was in the College of Human Medicine, and he served as Senior Associate Dean for Innovation and Community Partnerships, and is professor in the Department of Family Medicine. So with that, Jeff, come on up here and say a few words.
Thank you very much, Rich. Well, I certainly agree with Ron that food and food systems is something we continue to be interested in Extension and expect to be investing a great deal more in. I think one of the things that hopefully has been apparent to you in the last few months is that I think within the college and even across the university in areas like this, we're working ever more closely together. Bueller and I have known each other for 10 years and worked together in the research space across campus all of that time, and it's been great to have the opportunity to work closely with him and George and others, and certainly with Ron's leadership that has just enhanced what we can do. What I wanted to say in further endorsing Ron's sense that we're not interested in just moving the needle a degree or two, but we'd like to move the needle 50 degrees, 90 degrees, 180 degrees if we need to. And I think that's about, as Ron said, looking for the spaces where we can provide unique skills, use the science that we have. I think sometimes, and I think this morning is a good example, having been involved in some of these kinds of things in other areas in the past, what I would encourage you to do is look for ways to catalyze how you can find those spaces. So what I mean by that is certainly I think you're going to hear 11 talks this morning, and the science in those talks is going to be super important. But what I would encourage you to do is also think about what are the analytical tools being used by the individuals giving those talks? Who are the audiences? Who are the people they're enrolling in their studies? Because they may provide opportunities for you to engage, even if the science piece is a little bit over here for you in terms of engagement. The analytical tools or some other mechanism might be the reason for you to engage. And you have people here for whom I know that's worked in the past. So one of your presenters will be Rick Sadler, somebody I have the pleasure to recruit for human medicine into Flint. What you may not know is that he's, as the president has talked about, perhaps the unsung hero on the science side of understanding what went on with the lead water crisis in Flint, because it's the analytical tools he brought to bear on a set of data that many other people had looked at that helped to understand who was being impacted, how they were being impacted, and the specific neighborhoods down to very small footprints. Similarly, Tom Lyons in the product center that you hear from, I've had a chance to talk to Tom a great deal since he arrived 3 months ago. And I think some of Tom's thinking around not just entrepreneurship, but how entrepreneurship can be used to foster new businesses, but also to foster leadership and many other things along a diversity and equity domain. So I would really encourage you to, as you're thinking about the science and the opportunities to engage around the science, think about other reasons you may wish to talk to these people. And just by way of example, we did something a little similar to this in the health domain about a year ago. And my estimate is we've already had one NIH proposal funded as a result of engagement that occurred there. And we probably have somewhere between 10 and 12 proposals currently in some stage of development because of connections that were made at that time between extension and human medicine and ag and natural resources. So I think you're going to have a great day. I wish I could stay and listen because I think there's going to be a lot of good ideas. And I shouldn't speak for Doug and Ron, but we're excited to hear about what comes from this and how we can help support it. So thank you very much and have a great morning.
Thank you.